She's real fine, my 409. She's real fine, my 409. My 409. Well, I saved my pennies and I saved my dimes.
Giddy up, 409.
For I knew there would be a time.
Giddy up, 409.
When I would buy a brand new 409. Welcome back, everybody, to our last segment already.
Oh, my God. Like I say it every week. Fastest 2 hours on radio,
I
folks.
tell you.
Time for about 40 of you to call in now.
Yeah, well, we still got calls, so let's get to Barney in Sherman Oaks. What can we do for you?
Evening, Barney.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
No Leon tonight, huh?
Well, we did the Beach Boys song for Leon, so
Yeah, he's our special
Nice.
guest. We want to save him for a
He'll be
while.
back.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a customer that used to come down from Washington State and during the Reagan administration, and he was building stainless steel handguns over in Arizona somewhere for Ollie North. He was hauling them down to the Central America thing that was going on down there. I was wondering if you're aware of those. The stainless steel handguns that were made in Arizona.
Trying to think.
Well,
Ruger.
Yeah, Ruger. I mean, a lot.
Up in Prescott.
That's kind of like saying, hey, you know where these grapes came from? There's a lot of gun companies that make a lot of different guns, and most of them these days are in stainless steel. So, I am not aware of anybody making them for Ollie North for South America specifically. No, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. I've been meaning to call you for a couple of weeks and just finally got through.
Oh,
Well, good. Oh, glad
appreciate
you made it
the
through.
call.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. Thanks for the call, Barney.
Okay.
Take care now.
You're welcome. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
All right, let's get to Brent in L.A. How are you, Brent?
Hey, shalom, Brent.
Shalom, you courageous and sagacious gunslinger.
Always good to hear
Courageous
from
and
you.
sagacious.
Always.
Good sentence.
What's going on, Brent?
Well, Jeff, unfortunately, you were wrong about how many Jewish slaves chose to remain slaves in Egypt rather than take the risk of living as free men.
Was it
and
more?
live with Moses for the land of Israel. Yeah, according to the Talmud, it wasn't 70% who chose to remain slaves. It was 80.
Wow.
Only 20% of the Jews in ancient Egypt left with Moses.
There you go.
And I think there's a very important moral and lesson we learn about humanity. There's a similar analogy to America's black slaves in the pre-bellum South, who also rarely sought to flee on the Underground Railroad, even when they had an opportunity to free themselves. According to Dr. Thomas Sowell, George Washington's slaves who were offered their freedom chose to remain on his plantation. And today, every Democrat who remains in the Democrat Party is a volitional, cowardly socialist slave. So we choose slavery at a very high clip.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? And
The comfort of the familiar.
yeah, and
It explains
Freedom can be frightening. It comes with responsibility.
socialism.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing is that people don't even see that what slavery is in the authenticity of it all because
Well, you look back and Brent, me and Mark are probably right around in the same age, and you think about if we were to like transport ourselves to being 12 or 10 years old right now. Would you want to be in? Do you have? We would be the biggest fish out of water because when we were 10, the things that we could do then, the kids don't even understand now.
No.
And the reason they don't understand is because they've not been exposed to it. Drinking out of a hose, having fun on a bicycle, being home at dark.
when the lights come on, right?
Play until it was so dark you couldn't play anymore.
Yeah. And the kids today, all they know is how to work their thumbs. On a phone or on a video game, they can't throw a ball, but they can use their thumb to throw a ball.
No hand-eye coordination, just thumb-screen coordination.
Yeah,
right?
and it's just sad. And we've let ourselves into this, and we need to get ourselves out.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's my
you're
soapbox.
Right, but not only about the physical world where you're right. It's really sad that they choose to use their funds to go to certain websites that they ought not go to, but they won't go into those that will elevate them, educate them, ennoble them, enrich them. And so we are just, what has gone on with our literature and with our theater and with our movies. There was a time where movies were righteous. I call it when Hollywood was holy. There were all kinds of morals and ethics you could learn through Hollywood. Not today.
We mentioned Jason Bourne. Could you imagine Gary Cooper as Jason Bourne?
With freedom comes responsibility.
Yeah.
And that's a word that doesn't have much play in today's world, does it? No. That's a real good point, though. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, not just the movies, but the television. Absolutely. That's especially because we're bombarded by so much reality, so-called reality television and all this. Man, I was just telling you a couple months ago that the number one show that was on my TV for a while was Highway to Heaven, and now Little House is kind of playing in the background. A lot of stuff. There's a wholesome bit that we've lost out on so greatly, and you know what? And you can see it in this generation, just the way their speech and their actions are. Yeah. It's horrendous.
And that's why I'm serious. We have to make the Western great again. Yeah. Because we grew up with that, and there's so many wonderful lessons to learn, especially when people have parents who haven't time to be with them.
Yeah. Well, Brent, I've been saying this for 20 years. The right needs to get together. They need, there's a lot of billionaires on the right, and we need to get them together and buy NBC. And turn NBC into something watchable.
Because I think people would watch worthwhile programming that had some sort of moral center, because right now we're kind of missing that.
And it doesn't have to be Fox News. It obviously wouldn't be CNN News, but actual just news.
Just call it news?
Yeah. Not a right-leaning, not a left-leaning, just what happened.
What happened?
And I think people would flock to this by the score.
And Quantum Leap.
Yep.
Bring back Quantum Leap.
You mean Sam could come out of wherever he went?
Yes.
He got abducted by the guy from Animal House.
Oh, cool, Lucky.
Well, the Bruce McGill, the guy he played D-Day on Animal House. They kind of allude that he is God in the very last episode when Sam disappears. But I always think, no, man, he got abducted by D-Day.
Come on, man.
Anyway, Brent, as always, thanks for the call.
Thanks, Brent. God bless you, sir.
Great talking to you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Wow, we made it, man. That was about 20 some odd phone calls.
Because they kind of said I'm reading some of the comments on there.
Go.
Let's bring this back up. Let's end with a laugh. Let's close the show on a high note. Let's do this. So another movie thing that people kind of get. I think Kirk brought it up. When the hero walks into the gunfight while it's going and just waltzes through, let's say, and everything's passing by and he's just taking them out one by one.
Oh, yeah.
That's always something.
I love the John Wick movies, but come on.
Right? There's some very deft and potentially very real gun handling because the guy trains well. He trains with Taron Butler, knows what he's doing.
Yep. But
some real improbabilities taking place there.
When White Earp's walking through the river and no, and
that's actually
bad
supposed
news
to be
is
true.
That one did happen.
Yeah.
But in the authenticity of it all, that is one of those other things that a movie kind of glamorizes.
There are so many problems with Tombstone. My least favorite part in Tombstone is Morgan and this is right after Virgil's been shot in the arm, which those happen months apart, but it's all in the same night in the movie. Mm-hmm. So you got Virgil laying there, and I still got one good arm to hug you with, and blah blah blah. And Morgan is freaking out. They shot Mayor Clum's wife. They're bugs. There's no living with bugs. He screams and he runs out into the alley and he goes right down the street and starts playing pool.
I feel much better.
Yeah, pool.
That'll cool me out.
Okay, a silly one that I want to bring up is remember the Evil Dead movies?
Oh yeah,
Bruce
love
Campbell.
Them. Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of Army of Darkness, he's at Shop S-Mart, and he does one of the leans it over the back of his shoulder and fires at one of the zombies behind him, and they go bouncing off like a cartoon. Anytime I watch anyone rest it and they do that backward shot with the shotgun or rifle on there, always makes me think, how are you aiming number one?
Yeah.
And
That's the Joe Biden method.
Yeah.
so that's always been one. I love
Yeah.
all the Evil Dead movies. Bruce Campbell is a genius.
Yeah, great shows. Well,
This is my boomstick.
Band of Brothers, one of the best shows ever made, and I think I mentioned this last week. Dick Winters, he's got this Garand, and he charges up that hill, and he's behind enemy lines, and there's that one soldier right in front of him, and he shoots him from the hip.
Yeah,
It's like, no. Dick Winters was a soldier. There is no chance in hell he had that at a hip. He brought it up and he shot it as you are supposed to, a rifle. Because you're going to risk your life by trying to look cool.
No one was watching. Come on.
Yeah.
The sniper scope in another movie I really did like, Saving Private
Oh,
Ryan.
yeah.
And I know you've got the rifle, so you know.
Yeah. Well, and this is a unerdal scope.
Yeah.
Okay, a unerdal scope is kind of like if you just took a tube and tried to look through it. It's a tube with
got a
some
tube.
glass, kind of, sorta, and he shoots, and Jackson takes it and he sets it up and he shoots, and of course he shoots him. He does the
the
shoot,
scope.
which they've proven over and over again cannot happen. At a distance, that bullet does not go through the scope and take the guy out. It goes through the scope and veers
refracts.
off. They've done that. Mythbusters has done that multiple times. I've seen that on so many different shows at trying to replicate it, and it never ever happens.
We're gun guys, so that sort of detail will not escape us. But you have to remember, when you're watching television, when you're watching the movies, the same things, the liberties they take with their firearms handling are the same kind of liberties that they'll take with the truth.
Okay, at the end, just before they go to the Alamo in Saving Private Ryan, Reiben's going to take out the 20 millimeter with a top shot. So he runs across. Now he's got all these German infantry coming at him, and he's got his BAR at his hip, and he's just flaring. It's like, dude, that's not a fire hose.
Come on, he's a fireman.
And you've got
there.
20, and they go fast.
Yes, they do. And come on, you can put a BAR up to your shoulder.
We'll have to do a
And
whole
surprisingly accurate.
We'll have to do a whole one about Desperado one day.
Oh, yeah. Forget about it. We need 2 episodes for that. Hey, guys, that's it. We're done.
We did it, folks.
We got to go.
Thank you all so much for listening in and playing along.
Thanks so much for all the calls. Calls make this show.
Yes.
Guys, don't forget to smile. Just little curves. That's a lot of things straight. Thank you, Leon. We'll see you guys next week.
God
Goodbye,
bless you guys.
everybody.
Have a great week. We
Thanks
love
for the
you.
calls.